excited to get that win. That's a tough game to play. Hobart is a well-coached team. We told our guys to be prepared for a battle. That is always a very tough game for us historically, and I think our guys did a good job of responding. I'm particularly proud of when Hobart gained some momentum in the second half. Our guys answered pretty well. AJ did a good job of making some pretty key saves late in the game there, and in general, happy with our effort, but certainly know that we have a lot to work on moving forward.
You open it up for student-athlete questions, please.
Rob, what did you think of the way you guys played?
I mean, I think it was a great first half, and definitely something we wanted to come out strong, and really wanted to get this good Hobart team coming in here, and they were fired up to play us, upstate battle, and we wanted to come out firing, and we did. And I think we could have, for the first half or the third quarter, I think we played well, and I think we kind of slipped a little bit. So, while you want to be, you're very excited to get that first win, for Coach DeLuca and our coaching staff, and just to start out with W, it's great. But at the same time, you got to look at what happened in that second half and first half as well, and just how you can fix that, moving on forward.
Rob, you had mentioned talking about better fluid nature with the offense from middies to attack middies. You guys had 7 goals from middies, 2 from the defensemen. The attack got some. I mean, did you see that sense of balance that you wanted?
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Caps's done a great job of calling plays and sharing it from the attack to the middies. Everybody getting their chances to dodge, and I think that's very important, especially early in the season, for guys to gain confidence, in their abilities. And people get out in the first game and you get a goal or an assist. It's very good moving forward. And against a good opponent like Hobart, that's great. And I think going into Binghamton and the next couple of games, it's going to be great for our middies' confidence and our attack's confidence. Again, a few of those younger guys, Cody Brown there, getting him a couple goals, and our defense, is now a threat, in transition. So people are going to have to respect that. And I think our middies are working hard every day, and to have them have the production that they had today was great to see.
Mike, when you scored your second goal, Hobart had scored 5 in a row, and it was kind of a different situation from your first run off the faceoff. Was there any hesitancy with you, like thinking, well, maybe I should pull it out and get us started up, with Rob, or at what point did you make the decision to attack?
I knew that we had a transition situation, honestly. So when we're in transition, we're going to push it, try to see what we've got, and Rob and the attack were set up in a fast break. So I went to the goal, and defense obviously respects Rob and the other attackman, and just opened it up that I just so happened to be able to take the shot. So.
Is that the green light situation no matter what at that stage?
For most situations, yeah. We'll have the green light, and it's basically just a read off of the attackman. Rob's making the decision on whether it's good to go to push it or to kind of slow it down and set it up. So I'm just reading what he does.
Rob, you guys set a pace very early, which you kind of reestablished at the end of the fourth. What did you guys do to, get that rhythm back?
I think it was just, being smart. And, early we're taking smart shots, taking advantage of our opportunities, and finishing. And I think in the third quarter there, in the beginning of the fourth, we were kind of rushing things. We saw that Hobart scored a couple quick goals, and we kind of wanted to get one in net real quick. And I think Mike was kind of sick of trying to watching us and took it upon himself to come down and finish it. And I don't blame him. And I think after that we just had to settle down, and got a couple younger offense oriented team, and especially at the attack, and just handling the pressure and just realizing the situations. And I think we for a second there kind of got ahead of ourselves, and we realized that we're still winning by 4 or 5 goals, and we just need to relax and then play like we did in the first half.
Anything else for the student athletes?
Yeah, I got one more. Both you guys had dominant performance, but yet 9 different players scored. So as individually, you guys did great, but what did you do to make sure you spread the ball around and wasn't too one-dimensional?
It's important early in the season. It's all about the team, and it's not about any individual performance. It's a team, team performance, and that's what's going to win us games. And whether we're not going out there thinking about scoring goals for ourselves or getting assists for ourselves. We're concentrated on making the plays that are going to make our team successful. And guys were able to make plays all over the field today, and having that many people score is just great, and shows that our team is just not 1 or 2 guys taken a lot of the load, and it's a very team-oriented offense, team-oriented defense, and that's Cornell Lacrosse, and that's what makes us successful.
Rob, how would you describe Ben in the pregame, the 15 minutes leading up to going out on that field for the first time as a coach?
It was just you could tell he couldn't have been more excited. Playing at Cornell and having coached here for 10 years, he. The team wanted to get this win for him, as bad as he wanted it himself, probably just because we know how much he loves us, how much he cares for us, how much he loves Cornell, the tradition of the program, and he was just, he's very emotional, but he knew he had to keep it together. That he had 60 minutes of lacrosse to coach, 60 plus minutes, and he did that, and he was able to get us fired up, and showed us at the same time how important this was to him, and how much he wanted this, and and to inspire our performance. But I don't think he needed to do that. We knew how important this was to him. It's his first game as the head coach of his alma mater, and I couldn't be happier for him right now.
Coach, what are your feelings about lots of guys getting involved today?
Excited about it. I think going back to Brian's earlier question, I think the question he asked was, do our defensemen and guys that maybe generally don't handle the ball, do they have the green light in transition? And the answer is definitely. Our philosophy here is when we have the ball, everybody is an offensive player. And when we don't have the ball, everybody's a defensive player. So I think it's a credit to Coach Rakowski and the work that he's done with our offense to develop the chemistry with those guys and spread the ball around. And I think what you saw today wasn't necessarily one guy dictating the action. It was dodges from different areas, from different people, and production from different people. So that's what we preach. We want to take the best shot available, not the first shot available. And I think our offense did a great job of capitalizing on the opportunities that they created.
But if you look at, I guess, your first 5 or 6 goals, Pannell, Gilbane, Bronzino, Michael, there's just first line, second line, attack, defense. Is that kind of balance through the lines sustainable this year? Do you sense that this team will be better at that this season?
We hope so. We certainly hope so. I think we have a lot of guys that are threats with the ball in their sticks, and Michael is a pretty special player, putting 2 goals in the back of the net there in transition. Clearly, Robert is an established player in the offensive end, and to a certain degree, you expect him to make some big plays. But I think we see things in practice on a regular basis, and guys making big plays like JJ, like Mitch McMichael, like Chris Langton. Obviously David Lau and Jack Dudley, those guys are doing a great job in practice, and that's carrying over into the game. So we hope to maintain a balance and provide some, just some things for other teams to think about when they're talking about trying to cover us.
Rob was kind of saying it was obvious to the guys that you had them fired up and were looking for that first win. What did it feel like for you to get that first win?
It felt great. It really did. It was. I still probably think I need a little bit of time to let it sink in at this point, but it felt fantastic. Just game day, going through our pregame routine and seeing the look in our guys' eyes and the focus that they brought to the table was inspiring for me as well. So I think it's very mutual. Our guys don't need a whole lot of inspiration. They have a lot of guys in that senior class. Jack Dudley is one that we recognize after the game today as someone who just done a great job leading our guys as a captain and a senior. Jesse Gamble, who didn't get any time today, unfortunately, but that's a guy who sets the example every day in practice, and it felt great to get the win. I know we knew it was going to be a battle, it was going to be a hard-fought game, and we were excited to come out with the win.
Did you have any talks with mentors or coaches, anyone this morning in the hours leading up to?
I talked to my family prior to games, but no, I didn't talk to any other coaches or mentors. Usually during the week I did. I definitely had a couple conversations during the week and texted back and forth with a couple of people, and they offered me some great insight. And more than anything else, I think the advice that I got was just trust your instincts. Enjoy the moment and trust your instincts, and that's what I tried to do.
What did you feel like the 2 goals against that 3-minute non-releasable did for you guys at that stage?
I thought it provided us with a great cushion. I think we probably would have liked to maybe capitalize a little bit more, but it gave us a great cushion and allowed us to kind of get some momentum and some rhythm in the offensive end, which was great to see. Again, Coach Rakowski did a great job with our extra man offense. I think a lot of credit goes to Coach Richards as well, who worked our face-off unit. Hobart's guy is one of the best in the country, and I think Mitch held his own along with our face-off unit. It wasn't just a one-on-one battle. We really tried to make it a 3-on-3 and force them to clear the ball if they did win the face-off. And I think we executed that part of the game plan in the first half. It's a big reason why we had success in the first half. And I think in the second half, when you saw their momentum start to pick up. That was a big reason why they picked up some faceoffs and they started controlling possession and pace of the play. So I think Coach Lacrosse and Coach Richards and Coach Heller as well have done a great job preparing our guys in those different phases of the game.
What was your evaluation of your guys' 6-on-6 defense, just considering they had some extra possessions in that second half?
I thought we were a little sloppy. We definitely had a couple boneheaded mistakes. We got caught ball watching, gave up a couple easy shots. But I thought, in general, and again, I'll probably have to reserve judgment for watching the film, but I think we did a pretty good job, containing some pretty potent weapons that they have. The kid Peterson is very talented. Some of the other guys that they have, both in the midfield and the attack. I thought we did a pretty good job. I was excited that we played a lot of guys and got a lot of guys time and experience in the game today in the defensive end. And, for the most part, showed AJ the shots that we wanted to see. 11 saves from AJ just was huge for us today. And, again, credit to the defense for doing a good job in front of them.
Coach, just quickly go over, your feelings right as that final horn was sounded, and then, when you were able to see your family out here, the kind of emotions that you experienced through that.
It was great. It was definitely a sense of relief when that final whistle blew. Obviously, with Hobart, gaining some momentum in the second half, and credit to their coaching staff, making some good adjustments and doing some good things in the second half to cause us some problems. But proud of our guys for maintaining their effort and fighting through and getting that win. And like I said, I probably would need a little bit of time to let it sink in. I will say, when you get a chance to see your kids and your wife after a game, it puts things in perspective for you. It really allows you to see that big picture and understand that while this is a lot of fun and it's a big game and it's great to get win number one, it's just a game.
How many family friends did you have today, do you think?
Quite a few. I had quite a few alumni traveling from California and Chicago and Texas and New York, all over, coming back, and it's pretty special to have that type of support. And those guys so excited about coming back. Ithaca in February is not exactly an easy trip, especially when you're coming from San Diego or Los Angeles or someplace in Texas. But it was great. My family's there for every game, and so I really lean on them for their support. But it's pretty neat to be able to see guys that you went to school with, guys that you played with. My co-captains came back, and it was really nice.